I'm SquishTheNinja and I hope you're having a great day. Hey, so you're probably thinking, you look different. Where are you? This is not your normal setup. Well, I am editing right now. I'm currently editing the video that you're going to be watching. Some of the things that I say in this video, more information and stuff has come out about it since I filmed it. So I'm going to be cutting in just with changes or extra information and things like that throughout the video. Also, I'd just like to say, I don't work for YouTube or anything like that. This is just my opinion and my impressions that I've got from the changes from the partnership program and how I think it will affect everybody, rather than like an official thing. So now that I've said that, let's get on with the video and I'll see you in a bit. So you may have heard by now that there is a change coming to YouTube. It's to do with the YouTube partnership program, and that's the way that YouTube pays its creators. I want to talk about how it's going to affect you personally, how it's going to affect all the different people and all the different categories of people who use YouTube. Are you a big channel, a small channel, a viewer, an advertiser? I'm going to take a look at how it affects all the different parts that make up the YouTube community and how it's going to affect you. To anybody who doesn't know what the YouTube Partnership Program is, the YouTube Partnership Program started in 2007 and was a way that YouTubers could make money from the videos they were making. Prior to that, YouTube was just sort of a hobby for a lot of people, and the whole idea of being a YouTuber or like having YouTube as a career didn't really exist yet. When the partnership first started, there was a set of requirements you had to meet before you were offered a YouTube partnership. So that meant that not everybody could make money off their videos, just sort of the select few. Over the years, YouTube made it easier and easier to be accepted into the partnership program. The past few years, or the past couple of years, as long as you don't do anything against the YouTube regulations that use copyrighted material, then you've automatically been put into the partnership program. That takes us to where we are now. So I'm just going to cut in here to say that the changes were meant to be implemented on the 6th of April, which is already gone. From personal experience and other people I've talked to, some people have found that their YouTube partnership program has been taken off and they're no longer able to monetize their videos, while other people have still got theirs. So I don't know if that means that they're taking time to roll it out, or whether they want only like very newer channels to not have it, or what the deal is there. Hopefully we'll find out from YouTube at some point in the near future. So what is the change to the partnership program? So currently everyone with a YouTube channel can be signed up to the YouTube partner program. This means that if they set up a Google AdSense account and choose to monetize their videos, then YouTube can run ads against their videos and they can make some money off those ads if people click on them or if people watch the ad the whole way through. The way that it's changing is now only channels with 10,000 total views on their channel are entitled to be in the YouTube partnership program. So why are they making this change? So there's been a lot of controversy recently with the types of videos that adverts have been put next to. The way that advertising works on YouTube was explained very well in a video by CPG Grey, so I will put a link to that in the description if you want to see that, because he will explain it so much better than I will. But basically, adverts were running next to unsuitable videos. Government adverts were running against hate speech videos, fast food restaurant adverts were running against vegan videos, there were some ads running against illegally uploaded copyrighted content. You get the idea. Companies were paying a lot of money to YouTube for their advertising space, and the adverts were going to either unsuitable videos or videos that aren't going to get much traction, like Dave with 10 subscribers talking about garden chairs or something. I don't know. Some companies stopped trusting YouTube to place their ads correctly and have pulled them. You've had a lot of companies that have decided to stop advertising completely on YouTube. They didn't trust YouTube to give them what they were paying for. There are too many videos on a site like YouTube for them to review and match every single video and advert perfectly together. So this change to the partnership program is kind of like a vetting system. Your channel has to be popular enough to garner an audience, and then once it reaches the 10,000 view threshold, you'll now have to apply for a YouTube partnership, which means that they're going to check your channel, make sure you adhere to the rules and regulations before giving you the partnership, giving you the ability to make money through advertising. That way they make sure that the channels with the ads are set at a higher standard, and it stops the rise of some channels that break the rules. For example, people who re-upload other people's content just to try and make money from it. So now I know what the YouTube Partnership Program is and how it's changing. Let's see how it's going to affect you and the rest of the community. Let's start with middle to large size channels. These types of channels, or channels that have got over the 10,000 total views, are pretty much not going to be affected. The same goes for if you're a viewer who watches these types of channels. You probably won't see any change either. If anything, this change is probably going to benefit those channels. They're going to become more appealing to advertisers and backers because they can say that they are part of the YouTube Partnership Program. And there is a chance, and I'm emphasising the word chance here because this has not been confirmed by anybody at YouTube. They have not spoken about this, so this is complete speculation. But there is a chance that they might make some more money than they usually do in the partnership because part of advertising money isn't being spread across so many channels. Hey, so I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to point out that so far this has definitely not been the case. Money made from advertising on YouTube for creators is down all across the board. Big YouTubers, small YouTubers, medium YouTubers, everybody is making less money than they used to. So this definitely isn't a case where bigger YouTubers are making more money from this change. Maybe in the future it might change if the adverts pick up again, but so far it's not been great for anybody. So let's move on to smaller creators who have less than 10,000 total views on their channel. Obviously, this is the group that's going to be hit hardest by this change. So creators in this category are going from making a small amount on their YouTube videos to making absolutely nothing. A lot of creators don't earn enough from their channel for this to make a big difference to them. But how much you get paid through the partnership program really changes depending on your video content, on your viewer demographic, and on some other factors. Even like what month it is or what time of the year it is. If you have a viewer demographic that advertisers want to sell things to more, you are probably making more money from the YouTube Partnership Program than someone else who has a less appealing viewer demographic for advertisers. Also, if there isn't many YouTube channels like yours that cover your type of content, you are also maybe making slightly more than someone who is in a flooded category, sort of like vlogging or gaming or something like that. So basically, you probably weren't making very much money from the partnership program unless you had a niche market or the ideal viewer demographic. Going from earning a small amount to earning nothing at all can make quite a big difference to a YouTube channel. The bigger channels probably don't understand why £100 or so would make any difference at all, but it can be the difference between a creator buying a new piece of equipment, being able to afford to go to that convention, or paying someone to create them a new avatar, something like that that could take their YouTube channel to the next level. So I think small YouTubers are going to do one of four things. One, a few channels are going to stay exactly as they are and their creators are just going to keep making their videos as normal. Two, some YouTubers who were aiming for YouTube to be their career are now going to change it into just being their hobby. This means that they might stop posting less as they were pursuing it as a career path, but if they're so far away from the 10,000 view limit, it doesn't make sense for them to keep putting in that time and that effort anymore to keep onto schedules and make sure they always release a video at a certain date and a certain time. So an example of how this might change one of the channels is if someone's scheduling to upload videos 3 times a week, they might stop doing that and might stop having a schedule altogether and might just upload when they feel like it or when they can. Number 3, so there are probably going to be some creators that are going to stop uploading altogether. There are inevitably people who start doing YouTube just because they want to make money from it. It can be rewarding to see that you've made some money, even if it is a tiny amount, and can keep you motivated to keep up with your channel and to keep pushing forward. However, now people don't have that motivation, so inevitably people are going to drop off. People who do want YouTube as a career are going to work extra hard to try and reach that 10,000 view barrier. YouTube is much more of a business now, and even if you do get a lot of channels who now just don't care about the money and are just doing it for fun, you're still going to have a lot of other channels that do use their channel and YouTube as a business. So this is where the change to viewers comes in. If you are a viewer who watches a lot of smaller channels, your subscription box is probably going to change and maybe not for the better. YouTube is essentially show business, but it's very community based, so in general it's a much friendlier industry. YouTubers build each other up, #Team Internet, and mostly they have creative control over their channels and their videos. Now, until they get to that threshold, YouTubers are going to want to make videos that get the most views. It's like a game of Mario Kart. The small creators are the players, the YouTube partnership is the finish line, and highly viewed videos are the power-ups. I hope it doesn't, but YouTube YouTube is probably going to become a lot more competitive among smaller channels. They're all competing for your views to get them over the finish line the fastest. Expect to see a lot more clickbait titles, clickbaity thumbnails, challenge videos, trends, things that are going to garner them more views. Also, there might be an influx of spawn content. Just because YouTube isn't paying these creators doesn't mean that nobody will. Small creators might have to rely more on sponsorship deals until they're eligible for the partnership program. Another cut in, creators are actually making less money from sponsorship deals than they used to as well. There are less companies doing sponsorship deals, so now when they do get them, they're sort of few and far between rather than being a regular thing. So advertisers, what does it mean for them? Overall, this is a very, very good deal for the advertisers. As I mentioned before, the way the partnership program is now going to work sort of works as a vetting system. So some of the bad videos that advertisers were scared of being put next to, or the types of audience they didn't want, they're much less likely to get that, and they're more likely to get better quality videos. It's also probably going to be beneficial for companies who like sponsoring creators and doing sponsored content. With creators not getting an income any other way, they're more likely to say yes to certain deals. Hopefully for advertisers, YouTube will do more in the future as well to make sure that the pairing between the video and the advert are much better. I think that would be beneficial to everybody, viewers, advertisers, YouTubers, just like how advertisers don't like it when a video that doesn't relate to their advert is put next to the advert. The creators of those channels don't like when adverts are placed next to their videos that don't match them either. And viewers don't like seeing adverts that don't relate to them. So overall, the increase in interest by YouTube about how to properly match up videos and adverts, that's a positive for everybody, and hopefully they'll do more to invest in that in the future. So unfortunately, there are some hidden dangers about the change in the partnership program. You're probably going to see more people buying and selling views. People want to get paid. If you are a YouTuber or a creator or anywhere on the internet where there's lots of YouTubers and creators, you'll see lots of people posting all the time advertising that they are selling views or selling subscribers. People who are not in the industry probably don't see this as much and probably don't know that this happens, but YouTube does try and prevent it if they think that a channel that's subscribed is a fake channel, or if someone's bought views or something like that, they don't get counted. I don't know if you know, a while ago, maybe like a year or two ago, a few big YouTube channels lost a lot of subscribers. That was YouTube trying to cut out any subscribers that they thought might be fake, though they managed to unsubscribe real people as well, so the algorithm isn't perfect. While at the moment the whole idea of people buying and selling views is kind of a joke, like no respectable YouTuber would ever buy views from people. People are going to be more desperate because they want to make money, so I think you're going to see an influx of people buying and selling views. Another danger is that there might be more dodgy YouTube networks around. A YouTube network is usually a company outside of YouTube who sort of manages a bunch of YouTubers. They get them deals with sponsorships, they might organise events and things like that. A lot of them pay YouTubers a salary instead of them getting the money from the YouTube advertising. There's a lot of decent networks out there, and I'm sure most of the YouTubers you watch, unless you watch really small YouTubers, probably are part of a network. There's a lot of decent networks out there, and they seem really beneficial to everybody involved. However, with the YouTube partnership program gone for the small YouTubers, a lot of them are probably going to try and become part of YouTube network instead. There are some great networks that do work with smaller YouTubers, and I'm not sure if you remember, but a few years ago there was a lot of controversy around bad networks. There was dodgy networks that were asking people, like YouTubers, like, oh, we see potential in you, come join our network, and getting people to sign contracts. Some of these contracts were very binding contracts. People really struggled to get out of the contracts when the channel grew a bit bigger and they wanted to move network or not have a network or something like that. So people are going into legal battles with these networks. For some YouTubers, the networks were basically taking all of their money and not getting anything back from it. It was really bad. Luckily, those types of networks have like died down basically since that controversy. I haven't really heard anybody complain about a network for a few years, but bad networks might start coming out of the woodwork to prey on smaller channels. People are more likely to sign up to these as they're going to be looking for different ways other than the YouTube partnership program to make money and to grow their channel. Another negative thing that might come from this might create a class divide on YouTube. Small creators from well-off backgrounds aren't going to be as affected by the change as people with less money, therefore making people with more money even more likely to succeed on YouTube. Like I said at the beginning, the amount of money people are making from like 10,000 views probably isn't too much. For someone, if money isn't a problem for them, they can still get that camera and they can still get that lighting and they can still go to all the events, and it's not going to make a difference and their YouTube channel is going to grow. People with less money, the money that they made from those 10,000 views might have bought them a cheap camera or bought them some cheap lighting or got them to a convention. There are only small advantages, but those advantages mean that YouTubers coming from well-off backgrounds are going to pass that 10,000 view mark before YouTubers with less money because their videos are going to look better quality. There already is sort of a class divide on YouTube because people want good production value in the videos that they watch, and to have that you have to have expensive equipment and money and things like that. It's not always true. There are a lot of viral videos that use like just someone's phone or something, or there are some big YouTubers that just use their phone. An example being the Gabby Show, who uses her phone to film her vlog channel. So these are just all my opinions and my observations. What actually happens with the change might be different from what I've said. What I've said isn't fact, so please don't take it as such. How do you think that you will be affected, and have I missed anything out? Let me know in the comments down below. Give me a like to let me know if you want me to make more videos like this in the future. If you want to see more of my face in your screen, click that subscribe button. So that's it from me. I'll see you next time. Bye!